the dangers of over-the-air updates on new cars, SUVs, and trucks. Some of these over-the-air updates are very dangerous. Danger, watch out. So we've got some over-the-air updates that have been occurring. So if you want a little background story to this, you can watch Tim over on SUV and Truck Talk with Tim. Check him out. And he was talking about his brother-in-law. He has a whole episode on this, and I really found it interesting. His brother-in-law was at a concert. Over-the-air update wanted to be done. That's when he was scheduled, and he couldn't change it. So guess what happened? He waited for an hour and a half for the update to be done, could then leave the concert, and then the vehicle was just fried. Took a whole new radio unit. And this is actually turning out to be looking like it's kind of common over on the Colorado, their top of the line model, and I'm sorry, sometimes my memory just goes completely blank because this is something I actually wanted to talk about last week. I don't think I have the photo, but it's the Colorado ZR2 or the Bison. Sorry, I think it's the Bison. And TFL has also had this update that burns out the computer. So what's nice, and we're talking about Blue Crews at Ford winning awards for being the best driverless system or performing the best, but Tesla can do a lot more, bringing you from address to address, and even parking, gets you out of the parking and then gets you to your address that you put in the GPS and parks you. That's pretty incredible. But the system doesn't work as well as Ford. Sometimes it just randomly brakes when there's nothing in front of you on the highway on the Tesla and brakes hard. Our Lightning did that to me only a few times in corners, but since it's been updated, hasn't given me that problem. So Blue Crews, award-winning for the best driverless system. But these over-the-air updates are actually frying some vehicles, so you got to watch out for them. But what's great is the Bronco. I never told you because I didn't want to stress you out, but we're in Florida, and I was packing the vehicle at about 7:30 in the morning, and guess what happened? The vehicle said, we're doing an update, but it offered, would you like to postpone it? And I was able to click yes.
Yes, I remember that we had that option too.
Oh. You've seen it go by before.
In Florida or here.
I wasn't going to show you in Florida. You would have gotten concerned. But I was able to postpone it, and I could have changed the date. But instead, I just didn't think too long. I said, I'll put it for 1 a.m. tonight. We'll definitely be home by 1 a.m. It shouldn't take more than 4 hours.
He loves taking risk.
We'll be back up at 4 in the morning, so at 7 in the morning, so it'll be done by then. So at Ford, a lot of companies, you can't schedule your over-the-air update. And over-the-air updates at all manufacturers. Let's not just pick on GM here with the Colorado. All manufacturers could have an update that render the vehicle undrivable. This is why smart manufacturers don't update all the vehicles at the same time, because if they do, how are the dealers ever going to fix that? And if you're Tesla, you don't have dealers, and it's not a better system. Tesla's system of no dealers is kind of crap, because your guy driving around in a van to fix your Tesla, there aren't enough guys to go do everyone's vehicle at once if they were to all fry at once. So Tesla must do their updates. They must test a small group at different times and then test a different group, a larger group, also at different times. Ford's definitely not testing. No, not testing, but not doing and really the first, let's say 100 clients, they are tested. It's been tested on, vehicles at the factory. But when you do the update with customers, the first customers, you could say, are kind of guinea pigs. Ford does it in small batches at different times, so they're not going to have a problem where everyone's vehicle can't be driven at once.
Everybody cannot go to work. That would be beautiful.
But GM keeps doing this update, and it keeps frying the top of the line, the highest trim Colorado that you can get. So if you're waiting on a Ford Ranger, a Ford Bronco, or a Ford F-150 Lightning, a Mach-E or a Maverick, don't worry about over-the-air updates. Ford tests a very small percentage of the owners at different times at first. So if the first one gets fried and calls Ford and says, hey, something's wrong, well, it's going to get taken to the mechanic, and then they can say, ooh, this update, let's not continue putting it on everyone like a bad medication that hasn't properly been tested. So I want to share that reassuring news with you, but also a bit of bad news because Tim over at Pickup Truck and SUV Talk, there we go, I said it right. He loves the vehicle, the Colorado, except the top of the line Colorado, the Bison or the ZR2. And I like the ZR2 and I like their Bison that I've seen, at least in photos. But this type of thing makes me weary about having one of the early models. So that's what we've got for over-the-air updates at Ford. As if you're a Ford owner, you don't have to worry too much. We've never had an over-the-air update that's caused us problems. It's only fixed our problems. Like when one of our early production Broncos, the touchscreen didn't work. And got the over-the-air update by connecting to our home's internet. So we put in the home internet password into the vehicle. We park the vehicle close to our home, and it just updates overnight. And even in Florida, we got that update overnight, no issues. So very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff.